It says, I'm told
Wait,
this is
who may not be dead?
Pro Elite. That's the kickboxing, the MMA version of Pro Elite. Remember the guys with Kimbo Slice and all of them that were going to die and go away?
May
Yeah,
not be dead.
they're not dead. Not yet. It's this. I'm quoting now from Loretta Hunt from over at SureDog. It says, I'm told this new regime includes a mix of a new investors and some of the elite pro elites old guard, and they have submitted a bid to CBS to take over the promising contract left dormant after the LA promotion closed its doors in late October. Carano and Santos, which those are the everybody knows who phooey Gina Carano is, and Santos is the Brazilian chick that looks really manly but is really good. Not to mention those of elite champions Robbie Lawler and Jake Shields, among other, could be legally bound to the reincarnated unit. So everybody that was trying their damnedest, to get out of their contract and to move on with life, turns out they may not be able to go. And if they've signed another contract, they may have to default on that. Of course, everybody's hoping that Jeremy Lappin and either one of the Shaw brothers, either the Shaw father or the Shaw brother, are not involved in this anymore. We don't. Again, don't know. I guess the MMA Junkie, which is another one, is saying that indeed there have been 3 legitimate bids for Pro Elite. And so I guess we're just going to have to see what's going on with that. But it's possible, highly possible, that Pro Elite, the Pro Elite may not be dead. Damn it.
If there's any fighters, wannabe fighters, anybody affiliated with anybody with... Here's my suggestion when it comes to... run! Fast. I mean, they're the Enron of the MMA world.
Yeah.
Get out. I mean, it's bad enough that people are starting to look at Dana White as messing up the UFC. He made MMA what it is. Or saying things that, he's starting to run this in a direction that he shouldn't be going in, but Elite is get out. Go.
If you can.
Go to Thailand.
Yeah, no. Speaking about running and snafus and stuff, I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. Now, you've been keeping up with the Ultimate Fighter television program.
I have, as much as I could, yes.
All right, now we've discussed, now I'm the one that hasn't really been paying a lot of attention, but I'm just now starting to catch up with stuff. Now, what is your take? Now, you talked to me about Junie Browning, the monkey. This season's Monkey Boy, as Phil Thies we called the other one Monkey Boy from last season, the drunk knucklehead that broke everything.
Yeah, I have an opinion on him. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your opinion on this Junie Browning situation and where that's all set up?
They're encouraging him.
You think?
You mentioned this before, that if anybody who was ever kicked off that show for fighting or roughhousing or damaging stuff should contact a lawyer. This guy was given way too many breaks. He's not as tough as he thinks he is. He's got that grenade tattoo on his hand, and that right there signifies who he is. Because at any moment, you can pull his pin and he'll snap in 7 seconds and it'll explode. Not all that tough. His mouth is writing. Yeah, he's got skills, but he doesn't know how to use them. He's like the Terrell Owens, Ocho Cinco of the NFL. He needs to disappear for a couple years and then come back as a mature individual. That's.
I'm with you. Now, here shortly they're going to have the finale where they're going to have, they're going to do to crown the Ultimate Fighter in the 2 weight classes.
Yeah, and there's a travesty that's going to happen.
Yeah, there sure is, because Junie Browning is fighting on that card.
That's the travesty.
That's the travesty. Yeah, everybody knows I'm not shy about putting my opinion out here. This guy's a fucking idiot. Okay? Pardon my French, but that's just how that rolls. He committed felonies 3 times. 3 times on that show. Felonies, people. felonies. This is not just joking around. This is felonies. And the only reason that nobody pressed any charges against this a-hole is because they don't want to piss Dana White off. They don't want to piss off the UFC, and they want their shot at getting into the big time. Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody throws a glass at me, I'm mopping the floor with his ass. Now, the cool thing about the fighter that got hit was he realized what Junie was doing. Now, first up, Junie should have been gone the first time he got physical with anybody. Okay? The second time he should have been gone when he jumped over the top of that fence and started getting nuts inside the practice octagon there. And I can't believe that Dana White was such a pussy. Now, here's a man who's talking, he's always, oh, yeah, I'm a tough mother, blah, 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 blah. Well, he turned into a big pussy going to the, well, boys, what do you want to do? No. This would be like, okay, your kid and your friends and his friends just got caught busting up windows in somebody's house. Okay? Now, as a father, are you going to ask the perpetrators, the people that were there with him, are you going to ask them what to do with the guy? No, you're going to be the father, you're going to be the authority figure, and you're going to step up and say, Junie, your ass is out of here. But no, Dana took the easy way out. Dana's getting to the point now where I just can't take the man seriously anymore.
Well, two things on that. Well, one of them's on that. First of all, the Godfather himself, ADS Live, is here in the room. Welcome, ADS. Second of all, the second time that happened, Dana White came back. He flew back to from a pay-per-view, and you could tell he'd been partying, he'd been yelling, he'd been ranting, raving, and because his voice was gone. Yep. And which spurred a conversation we had a couple weeks ago. He's getting too much FaceTime, on the screen, and
no lie.
He's intervening a little bit too much. He's spreading himself thin, but he even made a joke out of it. And
yeah.
They were playing it in commercials, and they finally did air the show, and he said, "Well, I'm not going to go ahead and kick him off. Won't you guys just?"
Yeah, beat him off.
And it's not a joke. It's not a laughing matter. What if something had happened in that house, and a shard of glass had gotten in somebody's eye, and killed somebody's career?
Mm-hmm.
What next? He does something. He stabs somebody. A shooting. I mean, you got guys defecating in food, and their thing is, oh well, it's my food. Well, you know that they're gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a threat on TV right there before the end of tomorrow. You will have my feces in your body.
Yeah. Well,
that
you got
is a felony.
Well, that other guy jerked off in his stuff.
I was gonna politely mention it in a little bit more.
No.
Subtle way.
Don't sugarcoat it. The man jerked off and left his spunk on his food.
It was sushi.
Oh, sushi! I'm gonna give you some creamy dip.
Cream of some young guy. That's what that was. It was pissing in fruit, and everybody got in on it. I mean, gags are one thing, but
talk about your gags.
Where's ADS in his
Where's Phil when you need him with his little board?
But these fighters are. You put them on the show, you make a good TV, but you're encouraging them, and what happens next? They end up in prison.
Yeah.
It's a travesty. It's a mockery of your sport.
Oh, absolutely, and it is my sport, damn it.
It's a mockery to your sport. It's an insult to all the professionals out there. I mean, you have no choice but to put Junie Browning and Ken Shamrock and Tito Ortiz and the Gracies all in the same field because it's all the same sport, and you're linking him with those guys.
Yeah,
those
absolutely.
guys were fighting MMA before he was even born.
Absolutely.
And here he is. I mean, he takes a black belt, walks up to a guy, throws it on the ground, and spits on it.
Yeah, that would have. First of all, for him to touch anybody else's black belt is pretty damn taboo, anyhow. But yeah, if he were to take a black belt of mine and throw it to the ground, he'd end up probably wearing it, and I'd choke him out with it. If he's lucky, I wouldn't do anything else to him.
If this guy makes any money, he needs to spend it.
Oh, seriously, you know what he needs to do is if Dana White truly wanted to help this young man, and he said, he even made comments. I know you don't like using this this terminology, but this is what Danny said. He goes,